tell me, come off mute and tell me, hey. Everybody say hello. Y'all can say it all at the same time.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
hey,
What's up?
Hey.
hey,
Hello,
what's up?
everyone.
How y'all doing? Okay, so
Turn left onto Regis
okay,
Boulevard. Then
all
turn
right.
left onto Russ Clark.
Okay, so I'm excited. Today is Lunch Money Fucking Friday. I know we have a lot of first timers and special guests and invitees and all that stuff, and I am super excited. I kept seeing messages come through my phone to say that somebody registered, somebody registered. So I'm really, really excited. I'm already full today because I am working with some visionaries today on a $1 billion project. So in the office, I'm in my office now. Y'all say hey to Ken.
Hello, hello.
Hey Ken. And then this is my assistant, and this is Rochelle. Y'all say hey to her. So I'm here, y'all. We in here doing some crazy stuff. So I'm already really full. Y'all know how I am. I'm really, really full right now. So if I start crying, y'all just ignore me, okay? But I'm really full and excited, and I'm really full and excited about talking to y'all today about lunch money. Somebody, Sharita said somebody's trying to get in and can't. Can you talk to her, coach?
Yep.
Yes, so today we are going to, if you are brand new, this is the Be Intentional Mastermind Academy. If you're not new, just bear with me for a second. This is the Be Intentional Mastermind Academy. We are composed of 7 phenomenal coaches that have expertise in area that's going to help you not only build your business, but structure, brand, fund, protect, create, make money in your sleep, all kinds of things. Anything you can think of, it's about building your business and creating generational wealth. And it's about an ecosystem. Coach Sharita Rael is helping us understand what an ecosystem is. And basically, a part of my vision when I founded this group was that we could basically be in here together and each one teach one, and we could all become multimillionaires together. So not only is the coaching and the coaching exciting, but the networking is also just as important for me, because it's definitely possible for us to, in our community, in our family, all see 7 figures together. Okay, so that's the goal. So this is just one of 9 sessions that we do every single month. So every single month we do a boot camp session on Thursday nights at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Whichever one of the 7 coaches is presenting for that boot camp, they are presenting for a period of 6 to 8 weeks, and they're teaching you something that you can execute. It's not an information session. It's not something that you're going to have to go and pay somebody to understand the software later. It's not something that you're going to have to go figure out on your own. When we finish the boot camp, you will actually not only know what to do, but you will have done what you need to do, unless you just not executing in your business. Okay. So the boot camps is one thing. Then we have speed networking Wednesdays on second and fourth Wednesday, where we showcase your business amongst all of our masterminders. Okay. So if you do hair, if you do massages, if you publish books, if you, whatever you do, you're able to showcase your business in here with everybody. So again, in our ecosystem, you are able to get wealthy. Okay. And then on the first and third Fridays, which is where you are today, we do Lunch Money Funding Friday. I'm also a grant founder. Out of Excuses grant, I'll show y'all in a second because the deadline is today for one of the grants. But we give away $22,000 a year. We give away quarterly grants, and we give away an annual grant to a small business or nonprofit. It's a micro grant, doesn't take long or much at all in order for you to apply. We are going to talk about that and learn today. Okay. So that's what we do on first and third Fridays. And we give away $200 for lunch money every first and third Friday. Okay. So we're going to do that today as well. So you came here. If you're new here, you came here complimentary, and you might walk away with $200 and the knowledge of how to apply for and win grants. Okay. And the opportunity to join our family. So yes, and then on the third Wednesday evenings, we do something called Sip and Sync Wednesdays, and it's just a roundtable discussion where we lay back, get us some coffee, some tea, some wine, whatever you want, and we talk about how to expand and grow our businesses. And we're also moving Sip and Sync to a live event every single month in a different state. It will be on September 21st in Charlotte, and we will let you know everything about that coming soon. Not only that, we have summits planned. We have a retreat planned. We are going to rent an island next year. We have all kinds of things planned, and all of that is something that you can be a part of, just being a part of our academy. Okay. So let's get to what we have going on today. I gave y'all a really brief synopsis so you can know where you are. Whichever coach invited you or whichever academy member invited you, I'm grateful for that. Thank you for inviting.
Hey,
But
Coach
today,
Katrina?
yes.
Hey, so if possible, and I'm putting her on the spot. I didn't ask her anything, and I don't know whether you spoke to her, but
Okay.
you know we believe in receipts, and I really would like, if possible, for Tillis to just unmute herself real quick because
Oh.
she just won the $3,000 grant like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And she's on here, yeah. So
And she won the $200 on the last Lunch Money Funding Friday.
oh yeah, so she just won $3,200.
Yes.
Hey, send me $59.95, please.
Whatever. So Tillis is she's pretty new to the Mastermind Academy. Actually, she's been here for a couple of months, and she applied for my grant, the Out of Excuses grant. I didn't even really know who Tillis was. Her application came across my desk as one of the top 3. And we ended up choosing her as our grant winner this past month. So Tillis, you want to say a couple of words?
Yes, guys, apply for the grant because you just never know what might happen. Coach Dunbar told me about it. I quickly said, yes, I need to go and apply to this because I really needed to get my business off the ground. I needed the funding. And I don't know if you've been in that situation where you just needed some support. So the application process was pretty simple. I applied with crossed fingers. And I got a call that, hey, we're going to come to Maryland and interview you. So here I am being interviewed, what I thought. And then all of a sudden I, saw the check come out and I just screamed, guys, because I'm one of those people that apply for stuff and help other people, but I don't always get that in return. So it was just really refreshing to be awarded this grant. I'm so excited, putting it to use now. My coach is making sure I get all the things I need to run my class. He's like, you need this. Don't tell me you ain't got the money. I was like, oh, okay. Can't say that one. But anyway, it was just refreshing to be a part of this group and this organization and be awarded the grant. And my husband was so shocked too. Like, now he's like, are you applying for the next grant? I'm like, yeah, I'm applying for the next grant. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of this group.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm so excited. So just a little bit about the myths of applying for grants. You can apply for grants if you just started your business. You can apply for grants if you have an idea to start a business. There's a lot of grants out there just for ideas. Okay. You can apply for grants if you have a business that's been around for a long time and it was successful and then it fell off. And it doesn't really matter. You can apply if you're a nonprofit or a for-profit business. It doesn't really matter. There's grants out there for everybody to apply for. Another myth is you need a grant writer or you need to write a proposal and it's going to take 5 days or 5 months to apply for grants. That is a myth. There's something called micro grants. They're usually under $100,000, and there are a ton of them out there that you can apply for in about 15 minutes, 30 if you are taking your time. Okay. And we're going to go over a couple of them today. So again, in the mastermind, I don't just tell you stuff, I show it to you. So we're going to go over a couple of them today. But first, I just want to dispel some of the myths that it's hard. The next thing is, I don't know if Kim is here, but Kim also won the Out of Excuses grant a couple of grants back. And Kim has won 3 or 4 grants in the last 12 months. And a lot of people are like, how is she doing this? I can't even win 1 grant. And the reason why is probably because you've only applied for a few. So that's the thing. It's all about consistency. It's all about discipline. If you want to apply for grants and I show you how to apply for a grant in 30 minutes, why are we not applying for 3 grants a week? Or why are we not applying for 3 grants twice a week? So why have we not applied for 50 grants this year? that's the way you win grants, because you're not the only person applying for them. And the numbers is the numbers is the numbers, and they always work. So you have to be consistent and you have to be disciplined in order to win. And when we asked Kim how many grants she applied for, it was a lot. Okay. And that's how she won 3. That's how she won 5 figures in grants funding, because she applied for a lot of grants. So it's just like everything else. You got to have a system, and it's not difficult to apply. Coach Dunbar, did you have something else to say?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to talk as less as possible, because I know this is the grants are my thing. But I want to bring subjects up just because I want people to understand from the aspect. You're not in the best position if you don't have a company yet. So we clear, right? If you apply for a grant and you don't have a company yet, you probably got less of a chance of getting it because you don't have things together. But maximizing your time. If you don't have your company formed yet because you don't have money, well, you should be applying for grants to get money to get your company set up, because you don't have anything else to do, right? You don't have your company formed yet. You're waiting for money to do it. Apply for grants that don't require you to have your company yet with that time, so that hopefully you can win one, even though it's a less chance. If you do win one and it's $2,500, that's certainly enough money for you to do things like form the company in your state. $2,500 will take you a long way when you don't have anything done. So this can be for anybody. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Awesome. Yes, that's absolutely true. Even though there are grants out there for you, if you don't have a company yet, you definitely have more opportunity if you do have a structured business, because you're going to have more grants that you can apply for. Okay. So anybody ready to go ahead and look at some grants and talk about how to apply for them and how to get them? Put a 1 in the chat for me. Let me know if you're ready. Raise your hand, all that good stuff. Okay. Awesome. So let's go. So first of all, if you are not using AI, shame on you. Okay. You need to be using ChatGPT, Google, Gemini.Google. You need to be using Perplexity, whatever AI tool you want to use to make sure that you are enhancing anything that you are doing in life and business right now. Guess why? Because that's just the way of the world right now. So don't be one of those people that say, I'm not using that new stuff, or I'm not getting on social media. I'm not. Okay, well, you just going to be where you are, and that's where you're going to be. Okay, just being blunt. So if you're not using AI because you don't know how to, that's different. We can teach you how to do that. But if you're not using it just because you don't want to use it, we got to change that mindset, because that is what's going to change your life. Okay. So I use ChatGPT more. Coach Dunbar uses Google.Gemini more. So because I use ChatGPT more, we're going to use ChatGPT today. And ChatGPT is a source almost like Google, because Google coming up nowadays, but it's a source that can tell you a lot of things when it comes to applying for grants, finding grants, all different kinds of things. So even if you have an idea and you go to ChatGPT and you say, hey, I have an idea for my business, can you give me 10 grants that are that have a deadline coming up that I can apply for in 20 minutes for my idea that I have for a business? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and show y'all what I'm talking about. So let's start with here. All right, can y'all see my screen? Thumbs up. Okay, awesome. So this is chat. So I'm just gonna give you an example of what I just said before we even go to a grant. And a couple of weeks ago, we had so many things going on now in the mastermind. I'm forgetting. I think it was Terry. Was it Terry that was teaching us about AI? Yes, Terry Moten. So she was teaching us about AI, and she even taught me something that I wasn't doing. I knew it was available. She said, stop typing in AI because it's taking you too long and you're missing stuff. She said, start talking to it. Okay. So I'm going to say what I just said about finding the grants and show y'all how it works. And y'all tell me when I finish if y'all can actually hear this. Hey chat, my name is Atrina and I am looking for grants. I have an idea for a business, not yet structured, not yet registered with the Secretary of State, but I need to find grant money to help me get funding for this idea. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm looking for grants that have maybe a deadline upcoming, but not yet passed. Can you give me 10 of the top grants that I can apply for my business that I have not yet formed, but just as an idea.
All right, Audrina, here are a couple of solid options and a few more you can look into. First up, the NC Idea Seed Grant is a pretty big one. They offer about $50,000 for innovative startups, and the deadline is coming up on August 25th, 2025. It's a good fit, even if you're still at the idea stage and not fully registered yet. Another one is the NC Idea Micro Grant, which is a $10,000 grant for really early stage startups just validating their business models. Same deal, the deadline is August 25th, 2025. Beyond those two, there are definitely a few other micro grants and local entrepreneurial funds that welcome idea stage businesses. Let me know if you want me to dig up a few more names or specific details on those.
Yeah, can you give me just 2 more?
Absolutely. Let me add a couple more to your list. One is the Charlotte City Startup Grant. This one is a local initiative that gives anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 to early stage businesses in the Charlotte area. They focus on helping new ideas get off the ground, and their next deadline is September 10th, 2025. Another one to consider is the Innovate Charlotte Micro Grant. They offer smaller grants around $2,500 to $7,500, geared specifically for folks who are just getting their concepts ready. Their deadline is a bit further out, around September 30th, 2025, so it gives you a little more breathing room. These should give you a nice range of options to start with.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you need any more help with those grant applications or anything else, just let me know.
So then after she says all that, it's all written out too. So all the grants she just told me about, they're right here. I could go back in and say, could you give me the link for the website to go in and apply for this grant? So literally anything that I want, I can ask my AI bot to do it for me, and they're going to find it. So the excuse of, I don't know how to find these grants, I don't know where they are, this is taking all the excuses away. So I just wanted to show y'all this as a way for you to find grants, even if you're still trying to figure out how to form your business. Okay, now let's move. So I know that I'm gonna go in order. So everybody that's here already knows about the Out of Excuses grant. Everybody that's already in the mastermind. If you are not in the mastermind, make sure you go to outofexcuses.com and make sure you apply for this grant. Okay, so there's 2 different grants. There's a $1,000 second chance grant that has a deadline of today. I'm gonna show y'all the application. It'll take you 15 minutes to apply for the grant, and I'm gonna show y'all how to apply. The deadline is today. I'm going to announce the winner live on August 26th on a Zoom. Okay, if you apply, you get a link to the live, and you get on the live, and I say who won the $1,000. Okay, the Out of Excuses grant gives away $3,000 per quarter to a small business, but it gives away $10,000 annually. So this is our anniversary. So this is the anniversary of the Out of Excuses grant. So since this is the annual grant, we're giving away $10,000. The deadline to apply for this grant is September 30th. And the Tillis and anybody that has won an Out of Excuses grant will let you know that you get your money right away. You ain't got to tell me what you're doing with it after you win it. You know, if you lied on the application, then great job, because I ain't going to ask you what you did with the money.
When they get it?
They get it right away.
Say
Tillis,
that again. Say that again.
Right away.
Right away.
Tillis,
Right away. The next
right away. So you ain't gotta wonder like, when is she gonna when you gonna, when this 3,000 gonna hit my account, when this 10,000 gonna hit my account, when this, it goes right away. Okay, so if you go to outofexcuses.com, you can apply for either of the grants. Okay, so that's one grant, and I'm gonna show y'all some different tactics on how to apply when we get to these other grants. If you were at the last Lunch Money Funding Friday, we talked about this grant. I want to talk about it again because I know a couple of people who have won it and the deadline is not here yet. So this is the Nehemiah Davis Greatness Grant. Did anybody apply for this grant after the last Lunch Money Funding Friday? I know Coach Dunbar did. Put a 1 in the chat if you applied for the Nehemiah grant. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Or the Out of Excuses grant. If you apply for a grant, if you don't put a 1 in the chat or you didn't apply, shame on you. Because why are we talking about this if you're not going to apply for the grants? And it literally, how long did it take you to apply for this grant, Dunbar?
It took me about 7 minutes, and that's including me shooting the video that they give you about 2 minutes to shoot afterwards.
Yes. So everybody should be applying. Okay. So this is greatnessgrant.com. If you're in the mastermind, you know, I list all these grants out afterwards on the wall. So, you know, I'll list all this out afterwards, but I just want to make sure I say it for the people that are not a part of the mastermind yet. Hopefully that changes, but I want you to still know which grants they are for you to apply for. So greatnessgrant.com, go and apply for this grant. Anybody can apply for it if you have a small business or nonprofit. And this is the application right here. Full name, email address, phone number, IG handle, what year was your business established, what city do you currently reside in. If you don't have a business yet, you can still apply for the Greatness Grant. If you don't have an IG handle, you're established, you just let them know. That's why this says if applicable. And down here, when it asks which of
sorry, Trina, we can't see your screen. We're looking at the ChatGPT screen still.
My bad. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it now? So you didn't see the Out of Excuses grant screen either?
Nope.
Why y'all didn't say something? Okay, here we go. Can y'all see it now?
Because you're such an eloquent speaker, honey.
Can y'all see it now?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like, because this is what I was looking at when I was telling y'all and didn't know that y'all couldn't see my screen. So this is the $1,000 second chance grant. You click apply here. The deadline is August 15th. And then this is the $10,000 grant that the deadline is September 30th. And you just click apply now and you'll see it. And I'll just click on one of the buttons just so you can see. This is the application: first name, last name, phone number, gender, email, company name, state where your business is registered. You do have to have a registered business to apply for the Out of Excuses grant. Okay. It ain't got to be polished. You don't have to be done made one dime in your business. None of that. It just has to be registered. Okay. When did you start your business? How much revenue do you generate per year? That number can be 0. It don't have to be anything. If your business is less than a year old, what's your revenue so far? The reason why we ask the revenue questions is because it's for businesses that make less than $500,000. Because I'm truly less than $500,000 profit. Because I truly want to help people that are still working on building their businesses. Okay. And then website or social media, describe the story and nature of your business. How long would you use the funding? I'm going to go a little more in depth on these questions in a second, but tell you a secret. 90% of grants are going to ask you the same questions. So I'm going to show you one time and it's going to help you apply for all the grants. But just to give you an idea, that's the Out of Excuses grant. The one that I was just looking at is this one that you guys didn't see. Greatnessgrant.com. Okay. This is Nehemiah Davis. He's giving away $2,500. The deadline is September the 18th to apply at 11:59. So you have a little bit of time. Don't wait till the last minute and then your internet don't work and then you don't apply. Okay. You don't have to have a business. Your business does not have to be registered to apply for the Nehemiah Grant, Greatness Grant. Okay. You can go on here, read all about the grant. We applied for this grant in the last Lunch Money Funding Friday. So I'm just skimming through it because I want anybody that's new here and all y'all that didn't apply, I want to reiterate applying for this grant. Okay. So So go in and apply for the Nehemiah Greatness Grant. And this is what I was looking at that you guys couldn't see earlier. Same concept: full name, email address, phone number, IG handle if you have one. What year was your business established? What city do you currently reside in? And then which of the below best describes you. So you can be any of these things, or you can be an aspiring business or nonprofit owner. So you don't have your business up and running yet, but you're aspiring. Okay. Select your industry. What's your current monthly revenue? What will you use the grant for? Same question. They're going to all ask you the same question. So we're going to talk about how to answer that question. These are 2 grants that'll probably take you about 15 minutes each to apply for if you take your time, especially after I show you the trick to make sure that you can always apply quickly. Okay. So I just showed you 2 grants. I'm going to show you one more. This last one is called the Secret Sauce Grant. Okay. And I'm gonna do this one because this was a little more extensive than the first two I showed you. So it could take you a little bit longer. But again, I'm gonna show you how to make sure that you apply for these grants and answer the questions the right way. All right. If I'm going too fast and somebody got a question, just hold it. I'm gonna answer all your questions in about 10 minutes. Okay. I just want to make sure I get through this so y'all can see it because we only have an hour. I want to get through as much as I can in an hour, especially for the new people. And then we'll come back and answer some questions. Okay. But these are 3 grants that I'm giving you that you all can apply for in probably about 15 minutes. This one may take you 30. It's a little bit longer. Okay. So we're going to go here. Let me see if I can tell you where is it at? I was trying to see if I could find a quick version of the rules. I read them earlier, but basically as long as you're a small business, as long as you're 21 years or older, have an active business and operate in the eligible states and territories of the United States, you're eligible to apply. Okay. All right.
We still see the greatness grant, just so you know.
Oh, dang, for real? Hold on, here I come. All right, here we go. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Secret Sauce. Y'all keep me on my toes now. Thank you, Coach Dunbar. Secret Sauce grant. So we're gonna go to apply now. And here we go. So eligible if you have a business and you're 21 years old and you're in the United States. So we're going to just go through it. And then I'm going to go back and forth and show you some different things on how to apply. All right. Are you 21 years or older? Yes. What's your legal business name? I'm going to do a new business for y'all, just in case y'all have a new business. So a new business is I just started a home care business, and it's called Terma Cura. So I'm going to apply for that business. What is your legal business entity? I am a LLC registered with the state. Okay. What state or territory? North Carolina. Bank has told me I do not qualify for a loan. So make sure when they ask you these questions, don't get thrown off if you don't have an answer for the question, or if it seems like you should answer it one way. Most of the time they ask you certain questions because they're trying to see if you qualify. So for instance, with my grant, you can't make over $500,000. So when I say, how much money do you make? A lot of people get scared and say, oh my God, I haven't made any money. So this is going to mess me up. No. Put 0. I just need to know that you haven't made over $500,000. Okay. So a bank has told me I do not qualify for a loan. No. Nobody's told me that. I have applied for a bank loan and was denied. No. The business is geographically located in the economic development zone. Actually, mine is in the economic development zone. My business is a minority-owned business. True. My business is a women-owned business. True. I'm not a veteran. So I'm just going through answering the questions. They asked this question because they have extra money if you have an HVAC type business or if you're a Native American. I'm going to answer false to neither one. What stage in business are you currently in? Idea stage. I have an awesome idea that I'm working on launching as a business. So if you have an idea, they also have money for that. So it's not the big grant, but I would still apply for this grant if I just had an idea. Okay. Startup stage, open operating stage, expansion stage. Okay. Let me go back. So I'm in an open operating stage. How long has your business been open and operating? Less than a year. I'm doing my new business. My motto is storefront. True. I have a physical office. My business motto is mobile. My business model is online. My business model is franchise. My business model is service-based. Does this look like it's going to take a grant writer to apply for this grant for you so far? Y'all think you need a grant writer for this so far?
Nope.
A proposal?
Not at all.
None of that?
What's the address, Culture Training, so I can throw it in the chat for this grant?
This one is Secret Sauce, SecretSOS.com. My business model is service-based. Yes. My business model is product-based and it's direct sales. On average, how many hours per week do you work in your business? Woo, I work a lot of hours. We just gonna say 25, 40. How many employees do you have? Right now, I have less than 5 in my new business. Who makes up your team? W-2 employees. What's your annual revenue? It's under 25,000 because I just started my business. If you could change one thing about your business, what would it be? You got work less hours, increase gross revenue, increase personal income, hire employees, take a vacation, expand to more, sell my business, close my business. I would say right now, I need to hire more people. Okay. It's your time to shine. So now you're going to actually answer a couple of questions. Tell us your story to convey your mission. Tell us about you and your business. So what I would do now, if you haven't already done this for your business, is I will go back to ChatGPT and tell it to help me answer these questions. Okay. So let me see. Do I still have? Yep. I still got the tab open up. So okay, hold on. Y'all can't see my screen, right?
We see the screen where you were just working on the grant.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've just put in a chat, just so you know that you're gonna share a list of grants because someone asked that question.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm back to ChatGPT because I want to answer that. Now I did this last night so that I wouldn't take up so much time today, but I clicked on the button. I put all the questions from the Secret Sauce grant in my notes so I would know all the questions. And then last night I went into chat and I just talked to it like I just did. And I'm going to show y'all what I said so that y'all can see I was all over the place, because it's okay if you all over the place when you're talking to your chat bot. It'll listen to you and it'll put it all together for you. But I wanted to answer all these questions for me. Now, for all the people that don't do AI because they feel like it's fake, it's not fake if you tell it what to say. So it's not fake if you're actually putting your energy, your personality, and your spirit in it. So that's why I just talk to it like it's me and I don't sound like nobody else. So what I said last night was, I'm going to read this. If it sounds jumbled up, it's because I was just talking to it like I'm talking to a person. But I said, hello, my name is Atrina Tillman, and I'm applying for the Secret Sauce Small Business Grant. Even though I spelled it or they spelled it wrong, they still knew what I was talking about because chat AI is smart, just in case y'all didn't know. The name of my company is TermaCare LLC, and we are a home care agency that provides service for disabled seniors, anybody that needs help with their activities of daily living. I'm just starting this business. This is one of several businesses that I have, but my passion for this business comes from a history of working with Medicare clients, seniors, disabled, and a history of working, and children in the past. I've worked in the industry. I've worked in the insurance field for over 20 years. And I've also had personal family experience with dementia and other issues needing personal care services or being a caretaker for a family member. We decided to start TermaCare LLC, a home care agency, in order to not only help impact the community when it comes to caring for disabled individuals, as well as taking the load off caregivers, but also it's a very financially lucrative business. And the other goal is to build generational wealth for my family and my children's children. So in order to apply for this grant, they are asking me several questions, and I need you to help me answer those questions. The first question is, tell us about you and your business. So I would like for you to help me answer that question based on what I just told you about my background and why I started my business. So I just talked to chat like it was my friend and said, I need you to help me answer this question. Okay. So chat, help me answer the question. I'm not going to read all these answers because I don't want to take up all the time, but just to give you an example, chat said, hello, my name is Atrina Tillman. I'm the founder of TermaCare LLC, a newly launched home care agency. My business is dedicated to providing compassionate care for disabled individuals, seniors, and anyone who needs assistance with daily living activities. With over 2 decades of experience in the insurance industry, particularly working with Medicare clients, seniors, and children, I've seen firsthand the challenges families face when it comes to caregiving. This business is deeply personal to me because I've also been a family caregiver, and I understand the importance of quality home care. We founded Termacura LLC not only to provide essential support for those in need and to erase the burden on family caregivers, but also to build a legacy and generational wealth for my family. This grant will help us expand our reach, make a meaningful impact in the community we serve. I could not have said that better. So all I did was told AI who I was, what my heart is, what my passion is, and asked it to help me answer the question that they asked me is, tell us about you and your business, okay? And then, hold on, I'm gonna go back and forth so y'all can see. So then what I would do is I would take that answer, hold on. And you ain't got to be technologically savvy, because I ain't. you just got to know how to follow instructions, okay? Let's see. And all I did was copy and pasted that answer right here. Now, proofread it, because they spelled my business wrong. So that's how you spell Termacura. So proofread it. Don't be lazy. Tell ChatGPT what to do. Let it give you a great answer. Make sure the answer sounds like you. Sometimes I'll say, hey, can you go back and make the answer sound a little more playful or a little more happy or a little more, because that's my personality. And I don't like that it sounds so direct and so business-like, because that's not who I am. So sometimes I'll go back and tell it that, and it absolutely will do it, okay? Hold on, let me go back. Okay, so just to show you, I'm not going to go through all of these, but I did the same thing. And I said, basically, the next question is, why do you believe you will succeed in business? Like I said earlier, I have a long history in working with helping people and many disabled needs, So I've been in service, Could you please answer the question for me? What is the secret to a small business grant that says, I'm sorry, this is supposed to say, could you answer the question for Secret Souls? What do you believe why do you believe you will succeed in business? Okay. And it gave me a great answer for that I'm not going to read. I read all these answers last night to make sure they were right. Did the same thing. It answered the question for me. And then I asked it to answer all the questions for me. Okay. So at the end of the day, basically you go through all these, and I'm not going to put them in. I'm just going to do this so we can get through it. It's 4 questions. It's 4 questions that it's asking me to answer. And then at the end, I'm verifying that my answers are true and correct. And then I'm providing URLs if I have social media for my top 2 social media thingies. If I don't, I'm just going to put NA right there. How did you learn about the Secret Souls grant? You could say friend, word of mouth. If you select the other, please provide the specific website or referral. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, okay. And then important, please use the same email. So it's giving you some more instructions. You put in your first and your last name and you submit. That's it. We apply for the grant. Okay. So that one was a little more extensive, but I wanted to go through that one versus going through the other ones because, hold on, I'm working on not sharing no more. Okay. Can y'all see me, not the screen? Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to go through that one versus going through the greatness grant and the out of excuses grant, because it was a little more extensive. But the goal is, if you take the questions and you go to a AI source, whether that's Gemini, Chat, Perplexity, whichever one you want to go to, and you tell it who you are and which grant you're applying for. Sometimes I even go as in depth as to put the website of the grant or tell it the website and say, look at this grant for me and look and see who these people are about. Who is Nehemiah Davis? Can you go and research Nehemiah Davis for me? Tell me who he is about and help me apply for his grant. Make sure that my answers correlate with who he is and what he believes in. You can go as in-depth as you want to. But even if you only went as in-depth as I just did, as far as telling it about yourself and then asking it to help you answer the questions, that's better than you just sitting there for 5 hours trying to figure out how to answer a question that says, how's this grant going to help you? And you sitting there like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. What should I do? You know, it's better than that. So make sure that you are using some type of AI source to help you apply for these grants. And even with that, it took us 12 minutes for that one. And that's with me training you and trying to teach you how to do it. Okay. So it took me 12 minutes to do that. I literally could apply for all 3 of those grants myself in probably about 15 minutes. Because remember, all the grantors ask you the same types of questions. So when you get the answer to that question, save it somewhere. Okay. Don't just get the answer that grant and then move on. Put it in a Google Doc, put it in a Word platform, save the answers to your grant question somewhere. Cause I promise you're going to see that same question again. So instead of having to redo that whole question, now you just have a list of grant questions that they're going to always answer you to explain to them who you are and who your business is. They're going to always ask you, what are you going to do with the money every single time? So the only thing that I ever have to do is tweak which grant it is and how much money it is. So if I applied for a $3,000 grant yesterday and now I'm applying for a $10,000 grant, all I got to do is throw it in chat and say, hey, I need to create this answer for this grant, but this time it's for $10,000. You know, and I tell chat what I want to do. I want to hire more employees. I want to do more self-improvement. I want to do more with my branding. I want to do PR. I tell it whatever I want to do, and then it puts it in this nice package for me for the grantors. Okay. So
Coach Altrina.
Huh?
No, go ahead. No, say what you was going to say.
So expel the myths that you can apply for grants. Go ahead and apply for the grants, whether you have a business or not. If you don't have a business, make it your business to register your business so that you have more opportunities. Okay. Do that. Look for the grants on an AI source. If you don't know how to find them or you don't have the money to pay somebody to give you a grant list or whatever it is, it's easy to find them. So look for the grants. Apply for at least 3 grants a week. Be consistent, or don't say, I don't have no money. Don't make excuses. Be consistent. Okay. So apply for at least 3 grants a week. Use artificial intelligence to help you apply for the grants. After you apply for the grants, if you don't win, email the grantor and say, hey, I applied for your grant. Thank you for the opportunity. I didn't win this time. Tell me some things that I could do different the next time to win the grant. About 60% of the time, they will respond to your email and they will remember you. Okay. So make sure you do that. Join the Be Intentional Mastermind Academy so you can get all these tips and tricks, not just today, but every day, and not just about grants, but about everything. Okay. And first of all, Coach Dunbar, Dr. Oliver has a question. You want to talk before him, or you want to let?
No. Let Dr. Oliver.
Yeah, great training, Coach Trina. I was basically just chiming in to let people know as a writer that the narrative is that secret sauce portion that most of the grantors are looking at. And with AI, I love the way you talked about it. You can actually tell AI to act like a prolific prolific grant writer who is writing about this particular subject. And if you were writing and applying to this, here's the criteria. And what would you do? Act like. So basically they start to act like and embody you in your voice. So I do that a lot of times in writing and working on my books and different things that I do for clients. Is really from a standpoint to act like. So give it the more detail, like you said, they do it, but then give it prompts to act like. What would set me apart in my narrative to grab a hook or a punch within this character limit. So, you can even get specific about character limits as well. So you can say it's 1,500 characters. I need to be able to do this, whatever it is, but tell it to act like, and it will perform. So great job. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Great advice. And that's actually something I missed. So that's why 2 heads are better than 1. every time I do something, even when I'm posting on social media, I say, act like a content creator with 20 years experience and help me create a caption for this post. Act like a grant writer with 20 years experience and help me answer this question for my grant. So yeah, absolutely great advice, Dr. Oliver. Anytime you're doing it for anything, even if you're trying to write a proposal, or you can be in college and you're trying to write a paper, act like an 11th grader that's trying to do a dissertation for this project and write this paper for me. You literally can tell it to do anything and it will do it, and it will do it in your tone as long as you let it know who you are and what your personality is. Coach Dunbar, did you have something?
Yeah, can I get 2 minutes?
Absolutely, go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna share my screen just to show in real time what you just said, because I did what you said. I had already done it for the greatness grant, so that they can just see it written on the screen. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I also made it big for all of us senior citizens. Me too. So I asked, because I wanted to make sure, right? So I asked Gemini, if you guys see my screen, I want to make sure that as I apply for this first grant, I take into consideration your suggestions or reference to the following, right? Alignment with the grant's goals, research the funder, like you just heard Coach Artrina say, right? Here's the name of the grant and the website. So I wanted to make sure that I was researching them. So I asked Gemini, and then I put the actual grant link URL right inside here so that it could look at the grant. And then it came back and to let me know, align with the greatness, how to align with the greatness grant, right? Who they support, how I align with what they're looking to do, my application strategy, what it should be, right? What they value, how TBD coaching aligns, clarity, passion, impact. It gave me all of that back, right? And then it says what they fund, which is all things that I knew already, what they funded, but I wanted to put it in Gemini so they would understand what I was doing. And then I asked it how I should apply to get the money. And basically, I went here and said, as a business owner, I believe in managing your finances is as important as making the money itself. Also, eliminating a monthly expense can free up additional income to be used in other areas of my business. Here are some numbers to assist in making my point. Currently, I use Kajabi as an all-in-one platform for my business. So what I did was I created a scenario for myself of why I would need $2,500, right? Because if you ask for $2,500, they're going to want to know why you need it. So what I did was I created a scenario basically saying, if you give me this money, I'm going to pay for my platform for a year, which will save me money. And the money that I free up, that I'm saving, I'm going to use it to get the paid version of LinkedIn so I can get more leads. Does that make sense? That's what I told them that I wanted to do with the money. And when I said that, Gemini then laid it out for me. And I'm not going to read through it, obviously, but they laid it out for me. State the problem, explain the solution, show the impact. And that's what I did. And all I did was copy and paste that right into the question, which was how I plan to use the money. Does that make sense? So I used Gemini to answer that one question that was not just a choice of, because most of the answers that you saw Coach Artrina go through, there were answers about your particular business. So you knew those. That was the only question I had to do some research for. And I didn't necessarily have to. I just wanted to have the best answer I could. And I wanted the answer to be relevant to what that grant stood for. So I had Gemini do quick research and give me an answer. And then I just pasted the answer, which means I didn't have to pay somebody to do it. So I just want you guys to kind of see that real time, because Coach Artrina talked about it. So Coach Artrina?
Talk for one more minute.
Okay, so no, that's fine, because actually it's good. So anybody that's a guest here today, if you're a guest, if you look on the left-hand side, that's your opportunity to see that Out of Excuses grant. You'll see like that little emoji with the dollar signs in the eyes on the left-hand side. You see Beamer Home challenges, coaching calls, leaderboard, scheduled posts, and then Out of Excuses grant. That's where you can apply for the Out of Excuses grant for your chance to win that grant. And again, if Coach Artrina didn't mention it, when you apply for that grant, if you don't win, apply for it for the next quarter, because it's $3,000 every quarter. So if you don't get it, send her the email like she said, why didn't I win? What could I do better? But then apply again for the next quarter so that you can have an opportunity to win on that next quarter. You good?
Awesome. Okay, so while he was talking, I was putting all the names into the
in the hopper.
the wheel so that we can see who's gonna win this $200. So that's what I'm doing. So before we get to that, I just want to make sure if you are new here or if you are still here, do you have any questions about the Mastermind Academy? What you get when you get in the Mastermind Academy? And you know what? I don't like to say what you get because you are a part of a family. So you're a part of the ecosystem at that point.
I think you should just tell them anyway. Just reiterate. We don't need no questions. Just go on and give it to them, Coach.
I agree. Thank you.
So yes, you are a part of a family. So it's not even what you get. And a lot of times, because we have so many different people that do different, coaching things and boot camps. And a lot of times I get that question like, okay, so when I finish this boot camp, then what do I do? Or how many boot camps do I get? Or it's a question like you're paying for a service or you're paying for one thing and then it's over. No, this is a family. This is an ecosystem. This is ongoing. This is forever. This is until you decide that you don't want to be a part of this family no more. Okay. So we're not just doing a couple of boot camps and then we're going to figure it out after that. No, this is ongoing building, ongoing generational wealth, ongoing training, ongoing networking, ongoing growing. So this is something that's ongoing. These are just the things that we have inside the family.
Can
so
I
we
tap
happen to have
in?
yes,
I had to just real quick. Okay, so when people ask what you get, I want to frame it better. I want y'all to think about who and what you're going to become, because that's the first step. And then because you became something, you're going to do the things that's necessary to build and scale not only yourself as a person, but your business, your vision, your organization, so that you can have the things that you're going to have. One of the greatest teachings that I not downloaded, but got from Myron Golden, learned about him in this group, be, do, have. Because you can sit here and get all the lessons, but if you're not becoming the person that's going to apply the lessons that you're getting, then you're not going to do the work and then reap the reward of it. So when people ask, what do you get out of this mastermind? You get community, number one, because some of us don't have a safe place to celebrate your wins, talk about your ideas, and then trust that it's safe, right? Some of us need actual creative inspiration. Some of us need to learn what structure is. Some of us need to get our mind right to expand the vision. So aside from just special offers on services, because you get that too. So a lot of the people that offer services, y'all aren't going to be charged the same rate as everyone else outside of this community. So that's number one. You get the services, you get the support, you get the not just inspiration and motivation, because we talk about how that's, but developing your willpower. So this is more than just professional expansion and development. This is also very much personal, because your profession, your business will reflect where you are personally. So the ecosystem that we created is the ability to tap into both sides of those journeys for both personal and professional development. And then again, getting to tap more into who you are and what your gifts are. And you never know who you thought you are, what you thought you had to offer, is just a minute picture as to what can be awakened and activated when you're around people that's on the same wavelength. And I'm gonna just stop there. I had to get that out, because it's like, what you get, service? No, please, you get life change, you get transformation up in here. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Coach. And I promise you, if we had time to let 3 or 4 or 5 other people speak that's been a part of the mastermind now for a month, 2 months, 3 months, you'll get that same sentiment. It'll be not what did I get? It would be who have I become in the last couple of months, just being a part of this community, just being a part of this ecosystem. So yes, Latanya, I am ready for that in-person session, and we are excited because we do everything virtually, but we are planning our first in-person session on September 21st, and it's just going to lead to summits and retreats and all kinds of stuff. And this in-person session is going to be wild. So just want to let you know, if you're not a part of the community, come on, because the other thing is, as the value goes up, the monthly subscription goes up. So right now we are where we are. We are doing a $9.70 promo right now, where you can come back and do this 9 times for $9.70, because that's for a whole month. The monthly subscription after that is $97, and that will change in a couple of months. So come on now, okay? Now let's see. Anybody else? Any questions from any new people?
Just know that you're seeing 30 people here, but there's over 100 people in this community. Just so you all know, y'all know people don't show up to stuff. So just, I mean, just so you guys have in your mind that there are literally over 100 people in this community, and we plan it to be at 250 by the end of the year. So you definitely want to be a part of that power move.
Yes, definitely. Coach Pam, did you have something to say?
Actually, it was answered in the chat. Someone asked about the in-person session.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So if nothing else, let's go ahead. Let me share my screen again. All right. Can y'all see this screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure your name is on this wheel. If you are not a coach and you are not me, your name should be on this wheel. Okay. So make sure
my name on there.
Yeah, I got you, Ken.
I pay people every other week. My name on there.
Okay, so speak now or forever hold your peace if you don't see your name.
All I see Tanya, but I don't know. Is there another Tanya?
I should have.
There is another Tanya.
There is another Tanya. I should have LaTanya on here. You don't see LaTanya?
I don't see LaTanya.
I don't see.
Let me add you. Let me add you because we don't want to miss you.
You got to be in the win.
There you go.
Also, Indiana Clark.
Indiana
Indiana Clark said she's not on here either.
What's her name? Indiana?
Indiana. I hope I'm spelling it.
Anina.
Anina. I didn't.
Anina
Thank
Clark.
you. Sorry about
I
that.
put you on here, Nina. There you go, right there. Let me see. You on here? You in green?
Nina trying to get on there twice. You trying to cheat, Nina?
You right after,
Dang, I almost helped her. My bad.
you right after Melissa and right before Tanya. Anybody else that's not on the screen before I spin this wheel?
I don't see myself, Annette.
Annette, you ain't on here, Annette. Well, we know you need to be on here.
Because you don't want once. I know you. I'll be in Jacksonville too in a couple of weeks. So if you still got some of that lunch money left.
Okay, you are on here, Annette. Anybody else?
Is Shirley on there?
Said she's on there twice.
Shirley?
Okay, what happened? I see Shirley K. Shirley K, you on here? Who on here twice?
Tanya said she's on there twice. One is Tanya and one is L Prince. Thank you for your honesty, ma'am. Look at that.
Oh, I saw L Prince. I didn't know that was the time last night.
L Prime, is that the one that's the other one? Okay, I'm erasing L Prime. Okay. Thank you, Tanya. Anybody else?
Next time, Trina, I put all the names in the chat, so you could just copy and paste.
Okay. Anybody else we missing? And if you win, you have to be off camera so we can see your face, so we can make sure you're a real person. We don't want no fake people with it. Okay. All right. All right. Going once, going twice. I'm about to spin. Okay, here we go.
I'm on somebody I paid.
LaTanya.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Hey.
Awesome. Awesome.
LaTanya, did you see that move? You
listen.
Look, you put your name on there, took your name off the other spot, and the new spot won. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
You better get it, ma'am.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome. Okay. All right, LaTanya, you want to do a speech, acceptance speech? No.
Listen, I just want to say that. Wait, hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Okay. Listen, I just want to say that Altrina and her crew, this right here, this platform has been a blessing, and there are times I'm not always able to get on to be present with you guys, but I'm thirsty. It's almost like vibranium for me, for the journey that I'm on right now. This right here is vibranium. It's just giving me a newness, I'm just reimagining. It's caused me to reimagine my life, that your narrative does not have to stay the same. You know, um, I've been going through some things, but this right here, y'all are amazing. This is
Thank
this is
you.
amazing. That coach right there, where is she? Right there.
Coach
Risa,
Rael.
what Rael?
Coach
Did
Rael,
I
yeah.
say it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. That one right there.
Uh-huh.
Trina for Coach Dunbar. Listen, y'all are like dynamite. And Coach Pam the other night, where is she? She on there?
Yep, she on here.
Yeah.
They all on here. Everybody on.
Fabulous. Fabulous. I'm just so overjoyed. I have a whole list of folks that I'm getting ready to introduce this to. There's businesses that I'm a part of that folks can use it. Listen, it's on. We getting ready to do this
Awesome.
thing.
Okay. So if
I'm
you
sorry.
are here, thank you, Miss Latanya.
I'm sorry.
And I got you. You're gonna get your money in about 10 minutes. So
Okay.
if you are here, whoever invited you, if you want to go ahead and join up with the Mastermind Academy, you can make sure that Coach Dunbar, they just need to talk to the person that invited them.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, just talk to the person that invited you so they can send you the link in order for you to be a part of the academy. Okay. And so you can get this and so much more. All right. So that's it. That's my time. It's 1:03 and we don't have nothing final. Stephanie, you got something?
Just real quick, Coach Pam, I reached out to you on the thing. I just wanted to make sure you got it. I couldn't find your number in the chat.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. Okay, she got you. Okay, so there's her phone number. And Stephanie, if you need her phone number, just text me and I'll send it to you. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. I think it's the next call. Let me just make sure. We've been having so many.
Should we share what that next call is for people who are about to join? Because we know y'all joining today.
Yes. So hold on. Second.
Is it Sip and Sync? Because we in the third week, right?
Yeah. So no. Yeah. Yes. So Sip and Sync. So the next session is going to be on Wednesday, the 20th at 7 p.m. And it's going to be our virtual Sip and Sync. So the same thing that we're going to do live in a couple of in September, we're doing that virtually on the 20th at 7 p.m. So if you become a part of our mastermind, you will be here. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's amazing. The last couple times we've done it has been crazy. And then the very next day on the 21st is Coach Pam's last session, getting our minds right for productivity and not procrastinating and all that good stuff. That's her last session of her boot camp on the 21st, which is on Thursday, and then so much more to come. So again, make sure, and if you are in the mastermind, make sure you are participating. You should not be in the mastermind and not know what the next call is, because it's all on the wall. Okay. So make sure you jump in, you participate. If you don't know how to, reach out to me, reach out to one of the coaches and say, look, I'm slacking. Take me through this system and show me, make sure I'm utilizing this whole thing. Don't pay to be a part of a community and you're not using the community. Okay. So use it. So let me know if you need any help from me. I'm always here to help. I love y'all. I will see y'all on Wednesday or before if y'all need me. Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.